Howdy, 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 everybody, and welcome to another season of the iGPFun Formula 3 series presented by Virtual Racing School. I'm Austin. I am joined by Marco Barbanera, and you're here watching Apex Racing TV.
Yes, Austin, yes, and it's great to be here once again, already with the first blooper of the season, forgetting to turn on the mic. What can I say? It's great to be back, and a great place to start the season here at Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca, WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca, apology. We need to change that graphic, I need to shoot an email to Pascal.
Yes, we do.
But it's certainly one of the one of those racetracks that part of the base content, one of the most popular racetracks in the world. I mean, almost everyone knows Laguna Seca. It's in countless simulators and not simulators, and in iRacing, whether you like it or not, you have to run through the rookie series around here, and it's often proposed in the schedule even of the higher end series. And so iGPFun, I think, just like week 1 of last season, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly the same track.
Yeah, we are back here, and we're back here, but with some changes. For example, we have some drivers that have not returned. We have some new faces, some old faces. Some drivers have changed team, but more importantly,
and some drivers have new paints.
Yeah, we will show them during the race, because some of the drivers went absolutely bonkers with the designs. But more importantly, we have qualifying, and qualifying is about to end, and we have QT Marteau leading the way in front of Samuel Lermer and Luca Varani, when we only have around no seconds left in this qualifying session. We have 58 drivers, including the return of Valdemar Cardella after, even though he has turned 0 laps of qualifying so far. But we will see.
52 drivers here. The standing start as usual. It's always interesting because they're going to be starting a few corners behind the leaders, so they're not going to be starting on the front straight. They're starting on that short chute after that 90-degree turn, and they've also fixed the track here in iRacing. You go out a little bit wider now, and not get that 1x in that final corner.
That green AstroTurf strip on the right side of the final corner, which you can see right here with Alejandro Leto. You will see it's fair game now, which is absolutely great.
Which has saved the safety ratings and improved a lot of drivers coming out of D class and into, coming out of rookie class and into D class racing.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Not sure if I'm more surprised A, that they changed it, or B, that it took them like 5-6 years to change it. But they did change it.
They did change it, and as you were saying, WeatherTech Laguna Seca is one of the most popular tracks in the world. It's on multiple games, simulators, and titles among that. There is a Frankenstein version of this in the crew too, which I highly do not recommend.
No, man. I was trying not to go there. Why?
And I went there because I'm an agent of chaos.
Yeah, especially after Sebring last night, the real-life Sebring. There are a few teams that are looking for your head this morning, but there is no time to talk about that.
I have their merchandise. They shouldn't be mad at me because I like them. Even though the moment after I picked them, they all died by a certain BMW driver.
Big deep breath, Austin. Is the first starting grid of the season.
Yeah, head out. Totally not pissed off. QT Marteau starts up on pole, followed by Samuel Hermrich, Lucas Ferrani, and Jack Harrison in 4th place, followed by Gavin Petty with Francesco Mariola, Lucas Maruk, Zoltan Zomotor, Will McIntyre, Philip Lucas, Clark Williams, and Sonny Rosario in 12th place. Starting in 13th, it is Michael Podezek, Luciano Zanier, Adam Talisman, Prem Zalpiesnak, Luciano Lorenzo, Andrea Pacetti, Kremlin's Punzengruber, Zachary Beeson, Antonio Ruzewski, Phil Waller, and Alejandro Leero, and Andy Flint in 24th. Followed by Johan Bergersen, Jano Jutso, Antonio Tellez, Nick Carty, Ted Bradbury, Fernando Correz, Ben White, Richard Fiend, Chuck Morrow, James Luis, Dave Martin, and Kristen Glamsletter in 36. Followed by Kushi Ito, Lucas Lackner, James Abbott, Alex Hopkins, Bartosz Grzeski, Isaac Ruska, Steve Rubens, Giovanni Saletto, Martin Divide, our own Alessandro Dalladone, Kristen Birch, and JJ Gonzalez in 48th place. They're followed by Massimo De Laurentiis, Patrick Rollins, Noah Richie Robertson, Iordan Arnio, Dirk Provley, Reed Dennis, Rob McGuire, Waldemar Cadella, Alaric Boss, and Mark Mathis at the end of this 58 car grid here at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca, for the iGPFun-F3 series here on Apex Racing TV. And the warm-up timer is out. Our 5 red lights are coming on. And here we go, go, go!
Oh, big wreck in the back.
Ooh, not so good for the start. But it's a great look by Luca Ferrari down to the inside. Samuel Hermer, side by side they go. Ferrari in the new duck livery, the 222s, cracking his way up there into second place. Other drivers making their way around the first opening corners. It's a bit hard track to pass on that outside of the first lap, so this is where you kind of want to be aggressive. But here in the iGP Fun series, they want to keep it clean. But immediately, as we saw, some people did go around in that final corner.
I know, I saw a car that was starting towards the back of the front straight. The moment the lights went green, he went straight onto the right, like I did it once. I had the wheel. Oh, the leader is around.
QT Marto's around, and we got another car off into the side. That Samuel Hermer's out. Hermer and oh no, Marto and Hermer both out at the corkscrew, and that leads to Luca Ferrari leading the race.
What has happened there, Austin? We were obstructed by the banner there. I think.
Oh, we got another car around. That's the arrow coming out of that final straight, but
so this is too late.
I think there might have been a missed braking point leading up to it.
We need a closer camera angle. Let's go. There we go.
Where's QT? And well, he's just cut across the track and then spun it off.
Crashes.
And then hurt. Oh my gosh! Do you see that car just fly across the screen? Is that Hermer?
You see now, Harrison and Hermer made contact, but because Hermer was spinning already.
Oh, Hermer and Harrison made contact. Harrison managed to save it though, and luckily did not get any damage. Lucas Marut cut the track, slowing up for that. Big look into the corkscrew. Now they did change the tire model on this slightly, so it's a little bit more realistic and takes a little bit more time for their tires to warm up. So I totally understand that, and it got me a little. It took me a little bit more to adjust to that. We can already see so many cars visiting the pit lane, but it's Ferrari, Miola, Zoboter, McIntyre, Lucas, Harrison, Petty, Williams, Rosario, and Podozek are top 10.
You can see on the bottom of your screen, pit lane very busy as Michal Potoshek goes around Adam Talsma.
Talsma, though, is on the inside. He's able to ride the lightning on the apex and cut across the nose to stay up in 10th place.
A Metallica reference, battle all the way through the season.
You know, I'm able to do that. And look at that, down the inside. Look at Zane here, sneaking his way up into 11th.
Yeah, great pass by Luciano there, F3 Italian Esports Championship veteran. I think he will be back in September when the championship restarts. Michal Potoshek here as we have a pass here. Oh, Clark Williams is around. Wow,
Williams.
the corkscrew. He's a giant devourer of F3.
4. The pink cat. Let's go. 1's around. The 73's around in the back of the shot.
Oh, mayhem at the corkscrew.
Yeah, very.
Waiting.
They're both waiting. You know, we might be able to need to bring up the Dancing Dots of Doom, just show you on how packed this track is. Even though after 4 laps, Williams, no!
They almost wrecked into each other, the two cars that were waiting to rejoin. And Luca Varani goes for a bit of Dakar as maybe he's feeling the pressure from Francesco Meola. No, you don't want to say this to jinx him, but I think Luca has been missing from the top step of the podium for quite a bit in this series.
Yeah, and he's definitely been doing a little bit of duck car.
As we were saying,
I'll go jump off a cliff now. That was a horrible pun.
You see, Harrison was lucky in that contact because he didn't get he seemed to get damage at the beginning, but in reality, his car seems to be pretty okay. And so Harrison is looking feisty and trying to get close to Phil Lucas for the top 5. As we have a problem for Zachary Pison, he goes wide, drops a spot to Ted Bradbury. Yeah. No, and Meola passes top of the race. I think Austin is self-punishing himself, what he just said, so I will continue.
Yes, I am.
Harrison is still hunting as Luciano goes side by side with Michal Potoshek there as they were entering the oh, here we go, side by side again, the Polish driver takes
no!
Careful there.
Very unfortunate.
Debris everywhere. And I think Luciano will
both
realize
the wheels are out.
Yeah, he is missing the right rear. And he tried to get back, but then he realized there was nothing he could have done with, you know, being on 3 wheels and that stuff, which is highly not recommended around this place.
That is a tight spot to make an overtake from Ted Bradbury, looking on to the inside of Andrea Pichetti. But he's made it work this time, and man, the driver for Sam Palit Racing, Bradbury making it work right there.
Safes Meola once again with the fastest lap of the race in back-to-back laps, looking extremely feisty as Philip Lucas still trying to defend and defending from Jack Harrison. But Harrison looks to be very, very, very quick. Of course, as you were saying, by the way, they changed the bridge. Now it says Firestone. I noticed it the other day. You know, this racetrack doesn't offer a lot of passing spots, but offers a lot of mistake spots. So apart from turn 1, where you can realistically dive, or maybe the last corner if you can follow closely to the back end of the racetrack, your best bet might be to put pressure on your opponent, no, Austin?
It is indeed. And Luca Ferrari, he's probably just has the smallest amount of pressure from Meola, but both these drivers so far away from everyone else that they're on a different level. But Meola, fastest lap in the race last time by, gained half a second on Luca Ferrari. Remember, Luca had that little bit of an off track, but 1,000th of a second faster last time by. And Meola went faster again.
Here we go, Lucas again, and Harrison again on the outside, and again the inside line prevails, and Harrison doesn't have the, you know, the pep in his step to go on the inside, but maybe this time he does, and he gets the job done. Great stuff.
Absolute wonderful move from Jack Harrison. And, oh, no! Oh, and there's more contact from there! Oh, we got like 2 cars into the wall. That's Christian Glamsletter, unfortunately. I'm not showing bias. No, not at all.
What happened there? I saw that they were battling, so I switched on them, and the green car
they switched, they hooked each other and went around, and the next thing you know, Glam Slider.
The green car was parked basically on the apex, so I cannot find maybe Richie Robinson. I don't want to point fingers, and I'm not pointing. Look at that. He basically stopped.
Oh, he got hooked.
No, and then he locked the brakes to not spin, and then you know.
Okay.
It's
that is
weird.
Weird.
Weird crash. Yeah. Oh, Luca Varani with the fastest lap of the race.
The duck getting its wings now.
Yeah. You see Samuel Hermer with his new livery, which is beautiful, but doesn't have the duck anymore. And the duck now, I think it's a duck. Maybe it's an eagle. But whatever the case, Luca Varani back into proper speed. I was saying that, you know, Ruzewski was getting back to quick, to quick speeds, but he had a spin there. I think this livery is a tribute. Oh, we had something bad happen at the front of the field.
Oh, McIntyre. McIntyre's off at the corkscrew.
Something happened to him and to Harrison.
This is at the corkscrew. Harrison Harrison just locked up the brakes, got into McIntyre. Both of them seem okay, and Harrison locked up the brakes, and unfortunately McIntyre was caught in there. Harrison fell down to 6th place, and Jack Harrison, that name does sound familiar to me, and I now know why. In the official Dirt 2.0 World Series Season 1, he was in the top 15 running in that series.
Oh, and Rod McGuire also has gone out of the corkscrew. Now the fastest lap of the race. Battles all over the field. I think, Austin, you are right. I am here to make
Dancing down to doom.
There is not
that was all over the field except for first to second.
Yeah,
they're in their own little world right now.
There is not an inch of free track basically available.
We got little spins happening around the track. We got one on the first straight. One, there it is right there, just staying next to the crowd. One was just spun in the Andretti hairpin off the exit. And it's very easy to spin the cars. I believe the track is running a little bit hot right now.
Well, since you asked for it, there is the weather. No, it's very cold. Basically, that's 4 degrees above the minimum temperature that iRacing can simulate, which is 18 degrees. So, Austin, you can make your conversion in your head, more or less. But yeah, I think, you know, I think they are onto something, because when you were saying about the tire model, because I was preparing a schedule for a series, which I will not tell what it is, because it's still top secret.
I exactly know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and basically this car, the F3, the official race that they will do at Okayama later in the season.
Oh, look at this! Oof! So, Ted Bradbury again! Down the inside of the corkscrew.
This series will race at Okayama later in the season, and in the official series in iRacing, the race start time is, and I kid you not, 5 in the morning.
Why?
And it's not a mistake, because 5 in the morning is exactly sunrise time, as drivers moving out of the way to go out of the way of the leaders. There's the pink cat
Catflatchka 1
Battlestar Galactica reference car that goes off. Goes a lap down. So probably even the people who made the schedule know that the
tires are extremely finicky.
Yeah, and we know the Japanese tracks are very slippery, so I say for Okayama they picked like the earliest start possible to have guarantee of a cool racetrack. I cannot think of it. I cannot think of any valid reason to race at 5 a.m.
I haven't even raced at 5 a.m. and I've done some crazy stuff. He's right on board of Gavin Petty, looking back at Jack Harrison. He's been moving his way up the field, well, back up the field after an incident. But Gavin Petty started 5th, still in 5th right now, and he's currently chasing Philip Lucas. But yeah, when you get into these draft trains here, they get a little bit hard to follow somebody. Now, the aero on these cars very simple, so you aren't going to get that much aero wash off of somebody and dirty air. But still, it's going to be a little bit harder to follow from now on, especially with these slicker tires. Still believe they're hand-cooked tires.
I think they are.
Yes, they are.
They are, yes. This is what they rate. The car that they scanned, also judging by the fake but trying to look real number plates that iRacing has pre-stamped on these cars. Seems like the version that they used to race in the F3 European Series that now has become the F3, the FIA F3 Championship. And that series, before becoming a quote-unquote World Championship following F1, raced the Dallara 317 together with DTM most of the times, and just like DTM, they used the uncooked tires.
And Gavin Petty just let Jack through.
And Ted Bradbury set the fastest lap of the race and went past Will McIntyre.
Bradbury's on fire. But I gotta say, that paint scheme he's rocking is absolutely fantastic. Oh, that's a lockup from Beeson as he's trying to go around the outside of Podozek. Still on the inside, gets his nose chopped off by Podozek. Podozek stays up in 13th, followed by Beeson and Lucas Marouk and Andy Flint, who's got a great show ahead of him.
Great stuff here, Austin. Fantastic train of cars.
Oh, Marouk's. Oh, it got caught up wide by Beeson.
Oh, this corner is so sketchy. Thankfully, no one went for a move. But now they will have to survive the course. There is a bit of dust being kicked up at the front by Brachetti.
And then who's decided to...
It's Podozek.
Podozek is very close. But look how close Lucas Marouk is to Zachary Beeson. He was riding that gearbox just like Zachary Beeson is right now as he goes off onto the AstroTurf, stays in that draft on Podozek. And some of these drivers have to adapt to that AstroTurf as they've been riding the inside line for this long. And oh, Beeson, big send down there and a big lockup. And right behind him, ooh, somebody's giving it. Was that Andy Flint who gave somebody the electric chair right there?
There is a bit of trouble.
I think the Metallica car might have gave somebody the electric chair right there.
Yeah,
giving a little bit of a bump.
I saw that.
Is that the 9?
A bit of. Oh dear. As Phil Waller makes a bit of a mistake now under pressure from Andy Flint. Again, this particular portion of the racetrack. And
Flint's off!
He's off. So sketchy there, but Correas wants to take. Wants to make a pass on Waller, has to stay put.
He's definitely got a very low profile aerodynamic seating position going on, so you know I expect him to be faster in the straights.
Oh, he's another one of our drivers that he's basically being out of. He's basically a cyborg, and he's It's basically Tesla auto driver or something like that. We also have Zoltan Zomoto, which in fact is third, using the very same technique.
He's awesome. Yeah. You know, this might be a strange meta. We need to get top speed trackers on these guys. You know, I'm looking at the onboard camera that you're using. Yeah, that antenna has moved.
Yeah.
That antenna has not been there before. It's been farther up the car as Beeson. It's a bit wide. Actually, that's a lap car almost getting into the back of him. Is that Potosek?
No, that was a pass for position. Maruk passed Photocheck.
Ah. Well,
Harrison has made his way all the way back up to the motor, and he goes on the outside.
Harrison knows where the grip is on this track. That inside line's a little bit slick. You can use that outside line for a great run heading to the short chute. Harrison up in the third. What a pass by Harrison.
And we are...
Varani's fell down.
Oh, Varani's made a mistake.
Yeah, coming through the kink. I think he might have gone wide just a little bit as Francesco Meola is our new leader. And Marco should feel some Italian pride for that. And here's what happened to Luca Ferrari. Ooh.
Incredible
Good save. Amazing save. And then there goes 53 up into the lead. So, big shakeup at the front. But we've seen Luca Ferrari put in some absolute storming laps as Ted Bradbury sets the new fastest lap right there. Can the Flying Duck get back into P1? Ferrari through the kink, not spinning around this time. Buried in that draft, getting closer and closer as they head into the corkscrew. Marco, what was the first time you went through this corkscrew and what was going through your mind?
I was, I think, racing on the PS1 or PS2, I don't remember which game, and I said, this corner is not natural. You know, it's a...
This is made up?
No, like, you know, to quote Darren Woodtrip, geological oddity, you know? It's... And of course, in a racing with the laser scan, it's even more you know, pronounced, so to speak. Still to this date, one of those corners that you can practice them a million times, and the next time they will catch you out.
Indeed, and I remember my first time here in real life. It took me by surprise. Like, I knew about it. I'd done the track walk, and I'm just staring down it, just look at it from every angle, and just like, whoever designed this thing was a madman. When you drive and you nail it, oh my goodness, it's a completely different feeling, and it's a highlight every time I race here. I always look forward to hitting this corkscrew because especially when you nail it, you just get an entire leg up on the competition because this corkscrew is the key to a great lap time here at Laguna Seca.
And it's so satisfying to get it right, Austin. I mean, at least
Indeed.
in sim, I can imagine also in real life. It's I can imagine as I think Bradbury went past because I don't want to leave this battle because Varani is closing in once again. I can imagine it gives you the same. On the outside is Varani, but he tries, you know, just to intimidate Meola. Probably the same feeling I had when I went to Spa-Francorchamps in real life. And the first thing I saw was we took a wrong turn, and instead of going to the main parking lot, we went to the Eau Rouge parking lot. And the first thing we saw of the racetrack was the Eau Rouge Raidillon bit. And to see how steep it is in real life, how the cameras on TV don't give it justice. And then walking on it after the end of the 24-hour in 2016, and actually having your legs hurt by how steep it is. It's quite incredible.
Hey, never skip leg day.
I never skip leg day.
Oh. Well,
I didn't go to the gym.
I do.
I do the
No.
go to the gym now.
Okay, now you need to go back there, and I don't believe you'll be hurting for. Ooh, what a slide by Ferrari. And then James Luis looking down the inside of Podesek. Podesek cutting him off. And Podesek needs to be beware of the net code right there, but unfortunately for Podesek, there's not a warning in the mirror for that.
No.
But Phil Waller definitely knows about that. Took a very pronounced turn to the outside, trying to get some little advantage on James Luis right there. Good 3-car battle for 15th.
We have battles all over the field. We also have a battle for fourth, Zomotor going backwards. But more importantly, Varani seems to have the upper end pace-wise in the second half of the race. He might have lost the lead to Meola, but even before his spin, he was putting it together some very convincing and faster lap times than Meola. Now, of course, you know, the tough part is going to be making the overtake. And I always say, when you are racing and you are the league organizer, it's even tougher because you have to give the good example. And the last thing that Luca wants is to get physical, as Bradbury dives on the inside with that amazing livery and goes past Zoltan Zomotor. So up to fourth is Ted Bradbury, as Waller makes a
Harrison.
pass because Tulis made another
up in the wall. Is that a shark eating the suspension rod on his front of the car?
I don't know.
That is a shark on the nose. It's not eating the suspension rod, which I thought would be funny.
I was looking at a completely different part of the car, but yes, you are quite correct. So Harrison, fastest lap of the race. Let's see if he's well.
Yeah, an entire second ahead of Ferrari last time by, but these two are in a battle and in lap traffic, so I'm not surprised by that. They have 7 seconds to gain to lose to Harrison.
Yeah, but we have quite a few laps left there.
Ooh, Meola got held up by the 28 right there, and here comes Ferrari. Luca in the draft, looking for the outside move. Deep onto the braking zone, gets ahead of it. They're still side by side coming off the exit. Francesco Meola still leaving the route. Varani's got the inside line. This is going to be very tight for both of them. Both of them being very safe through here, as they know it's for the lead, and they are probably on camera right now. But Varani sneaking his way down low, back into the lead.
Great stuff, amazing stuff. This series is called iGPFun not by accident. You know, the fun is real. You know what I mean? And
I got a smile on my face. I believe you have a smile on your face right now. And I know Luca Ferrari has a massive smile on his face.
Yeah, and now we will have to build again that gap that he was slowly, very slowly building on Meola again. Very equal lap times for them. They were in favor of Meola at the beginning of the race, and then towards the mid portion they went back into Varani's favor before he made that mistake. Now we will see how will Meola react to losing the lead. So it's Varani from Meola, and then we have Harrison in third, pulling away from Bradbury. And
well, actually, Bradbury is catching up to him. He was a second faster last lap.
What happened there? I saw Scarlett park the car on the inside of the first corner.
He's missing a wheel.
Missing a wheel. Where did he lose it?
He already has front. Oh, he hit it. He hit a bollard and his wheel fell off. No way.
Wow.
No way that just happened. We need a replay of that again from a different angle. I cannot believe that just happened. He tried cutting the corner just a little bit, clipped the bollard, and it took his wheel.
Ouch.
I've never seen anything like that. Well, I'm guessing we're going to be seeing a lot less strewn bollards now in the official series.
I mean, running over those bollards is one of my...
Ooh.
Just as they pass in front of the leaders, there is a collision there, which I think was not involving Zachary Bison, but was involving Hilary... no. Well, someone was involved.
Yeah, more cars involved. They're still driving around though, and Lucas Zomotor has gone into the. Well, said he's gone into the pits, but no, he's back there on track.
Lagged out, yeah.
Just a little bit of lag.
They still crash in front of the leaders. Oh man, it's incredibly tough for Varani and Meola to make their way through these lap cars. Most of them in a battle with each other, and no one is pulling any punches tonight.
Hey, it's the opening part of the season. Everyone wants to end the first round on a high. And in a 58-car grid, you're going to have no room for error as Meola get big lockup trying to avoid the 5 of Steve Rubens. Verane losing some time to Meola as he took a alternate line to avoid that, a much tighter line. So Meola had the exit right there, close back on Verani, and well, able to stay with him. And that gap between Meola and Verani and Harrison falling down to 5.4 seconds. These multiple incidents are starting to stack up in front of him and give Harrison that chance he needs to start fighting for the lead.
Photo check, Reyes, Leiro, Birkerson and Andy Flint, your battle for 15th place. As we are really giving this new smoke model a run for its money today, with all those lockups into turn 1.
Oh, you should see me in the iRacing short course series. It is a absolute dirt fest.
Lucas Maruk has disappeared.
And I believe that might be for good.
Hopefully will reappear soon. We'll keep you posted.
3, 2, 1, and he gone.
Ted Bradbury, fastest lap of the race, 1:14.26. He is actually closing in on Jack Harrison, who in turn is closing in on Francesco Meola. It's still 5 seconds, but it's, you know, again, we have 10 laps left with all this traffic, all this mayhem. It will take just another mistake by one of those lapped cars to almost, let's say, if they force Varani and Meola to almost come to a stop, let's say, to avoid some kind of drama, and we could have ourselves a 4-way fight for the victory. But now we have a fight, a duel for the victory, a duel for the... We're going to have it very soon for the last step on the podium. We have battles all over the place. What a way to start the season 2021, season 2 of the iGPFun-F3 championship. As here we go with Luca Varani trying to get the best of a lap car. And here we go, job done.
Yeah, absolutely wonderful move, and Verani half a second now ahead of Meola, and it just keeps getting better for him. And Lucas Baruch did disconnect from the server. Separates them now as that gap is getting bigger and bigger. 10 laps to go here at Laguna Seca.
Cameras on Adam Talsma. He's trying to make its way past the Italian Luciano Zanier.
And apparently there is a jar of mustard on this car.
Yeah. It's on the other side of the car, but it's there.
Oh, no, it's on both sides.
Both sides?
Yeah.
This motion blur, it's a bit tough to spot it, but it's on the rear wing end plate. There it is on the top right.
There it is.
Corner of the end plate. We haven't said that today, by the way.
Oh.
Oh man, it looks like, I mean, I don't want to say it because it's bad, but you know, hopefully they fix this, because this is the stuff of nightmares, I'm afraid, you know.
It is the stuff of nightmares, and it's given me a lot of bad memories of taking a wheel to the face.
Do we go to Midway? No, we don't go to Midway, unfortunately, this season.
Dang it. Can't make the trip. And yes, I refer to my incident as a joke now, because we've referenced it here so many times on Apex Racing TV.
And of course, we have unofficially renamed that straight to the Austin Knight Memorial Backstretch, of course.
I'm not dead, but I'll take it.
Side by side, not a good idea. Zomotor has...
How are they still alive?
Because Zomotor lifted with great presence of mind. Varani, Meola and Harrison, they set their personal best lap in the last lap, all three of them, whilst Bradbury is gaining on the top two and losing on Harrison. By the way, in the previous lap, not this one that just finished, Varani and Meola, same time, but now Bradbury, you know, said, okay, that was just a cool-down lap, fastest lap of the race. There is Harrison, and he can smell more or less. You know, we didn't have any Formula E moment this season so far. Hopefully we don't have it now that I said it, but good signs.
You've cursed it.
No, I haven't. It only happens at the beginning of the race usually. We are 5 laps away, more or less. Problem for Bradbury. Austin is comeback for the podium. I think might end right here.
He's still in the race, but this little incident going to be hurting him a lot. Big off track right there. Managed to keep the speed though and continue going on. But Harrison does have a bit of a lead ahead of him now.
So good news for Harrison. Last time around, Harrison is slightly faster than Meola. Meola is faster than Varani, but you know, it seems like one of those endurance races, like Sebring yesterday. At some point, the lap times stopped making sense because they're having to lap so many cars. I mean, this is a track where the F3s, which are not by any means slow, but they are not like F1 cars, as they are still lapping deep into the race, 114, 115. So you know it's not a very long racetrack. So
very short.
With 60 cars on the track, you know, can expect having to lap cars constantly, as we have, I think next time by, so this time by, there's going to be 5 laps left in the race. As we have Gavin Petty.
Gavin Petty's off.
And Zomotor.
And
Zomotor jumps to 5th, to 6th, sorry.
And look at Varani still in that fight with Meola. I feel like Meola is just waiting for that moment. But Varani's been able to outpace Meola just a little bit, as their fastest lap time is actually as Jack Harrison has fallen down to 4th place. Bradbury's in 3rd. Harrison's made a mistake.
Yeah, but not on my event viewer, so let's see.
I think Harrison might have been held up by the 48.
Let's There's a big gap. Is the rainbow car there in the back?
It was by a second, and he does go off track. Big lockup right there. And that's the second time Harrison has kept it out of the wall with that lockup move.
This is the iRacing stomp, no?
It is the iRacing stomp.
For those that don't know, with the accelerator and brake stomped at the same time. Which is what was tried at the final corner by, I think it was Noel Richie Robinson when we had that kerfuffle there in the final corner earlier in the race. But by the way, Francesco Meola!
On the top! Meola and Ferrari touch. Meola's pulling over to the outside of the track to let Ferrari by, but Ferrari is done. The tire is gone. Meola takes the lead, and right behind him is Ted Bradbury. You can't make this up.
Man, Meola is feeling terrible about it, I'm sure. Oh, incredible bad luck. Here comes
Bradbury easily for the lead.
Yeah, I think that Meola is like, you know, atoning for his sins. I don't know how to say it.
Repent.
No, I mean, I don't know how can he do that. Like you know, I don't know what's the correct way of doing it. As Petty goes around, I promise you he's there. Yep, there is. He's going very slowly.
He's just letting everybody by. Harrison up into second. And I feel like he's just going to drive it to the pit lane and just retire, just like Luca Ferrari is. Yeah. And yeah, there he goes. He feels extremely sorry about that, and I think he's self-penalizing himself.
Let's see the replay, Austin. I don't know, maybe because of the traffic, Meola came from out of nowhere, but I still think he was not going to try. He got
one and two car links, and then a big stomp onto the brakes, and unfortunately, Verani just closed him off right there, and it was just netcode. That was just a clear-cut defensive move, but he was going a little bit faster in there. But Meola knew that that is textbook dive bomb. Unfortunately, contact with them as Gavin Petty's joined in the pit lane with Italian rear wing.
Meola is left.
Yeah, he's out.
He's not in the car anymore, and so Ted Bradbury. You know, I don't want to say that he pulled a Bradbury because he was there deservedly so after you know, a very good race, but he kind of pulled a Bradbury. And if
indeed.
You know what hopefully, yeah. Austin, I know you're very young, but hopefully you know what I mean. And,
I do know what you mean.
Has jumped to the lead of the race after a very good performance all throughout the first 34 laps, with a plethora of fantastic record-setting circuits of WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, and now he's got 2.6 seconds. That mistake by
Harrison.
That mistake by Harrison. There was a mistake by. It was you know, a couple of mistakes by these drivers. A couple of mistakes each. I would say, oh, and Gavin Petty again, and this time he's done. He was
that wheel's gone
2 or 3 times, but not this time, unfortunately.
The strange corner to have your wheel go out.
Yeah, I'm sure there was some help there.
Yeah, it was in this corner too. What's happening to Gavin Petty? And oh, it's Rzewski right there, and oh no!
Ouch.
Oh, and we got 2 casualties in that corner.
Yep.
Just try to sneak it down the inside, and unfortunately, both of them are out as Bradbury leads the race after 28 spots gained throughout the race into the lead. Ricchetti doing a little off-track exploring as, hey, Luca Ferrani's back on track.
Yeah, got his fast repair, there he is. 1 lap down, unfortunately for him. His next target should be Lucas Lackner, but you know, he's there at the end of he's entering the Andretti hairpin, so there is a bit of a gap between the pair of them. I don't think that Luca will be able to get to him, considering we only have a lap and a half left, as riding into the sunset, or sun. Wait a second.
Sunrise.
Riding into the sunset.
Oh, it is sunset, okay.
Towards victory here, and I would imagine, if memory serves me right, I know we haven't been covering the whole history of the season, given that of the series, given that this series has been running for almost 20 years, but safe to say that recently I don't remember Bradbury winning in this championship. So we will start the season with a bang, with a almost unheard of podium. Bradbury Harrison and the veteran Philip Lucas. And let me spend words of praise for Zoltan Zomotor and Sonny Rosario, long-standing members of the championship, getting their day in the sun with a fantastic top 5. I mean, we could be in for a surprising season, Austin.
We certainly are in the midst of a good season, and I'm extremely excited to see on how this series is going to look throughout the season, and who's going to be putting their foot forward and being like, this is my championship. Well, I can tell you one driver who's definitely making his claim right now. Bradbury and Harrison look like two of the fastest drivers
Harrison is around.
out on. Oh!
Thankfully for him, he had margin. Sorry, Austin.
This is just like what happened to me at Sebring 12 Hours. As soon as I mentioned the car, they crashed. Well, not crashing this time. It's Ted Bradbury taking the win here at Wedetet Raceway, Laguna Seca. And following right behind in second place, Jack Harrison. The American finishes out in second, followed by Philip Lucas and Zomotor. Sonny Rosario finishes in 5th place.
We have a few battles to resolve. First, this battle for 12th, with Correa set as a bit of a margin over Potoshek, who's being pressured by Flint. And let's see how they will stack up as they come to the final corner of this final lap of the race. This is a dive bomb spot if I've seen one, but they all behave.
Yeah, it's the last lap of the race. Ooh, there was a dive bomb attempt though. One car is way off the track right there. Not sure who that was. But I really like that new AstroTurf out there. And you can see a lot of drivers been using it by the dynamic track data out there. It has a rubbered-in line now.
Of course, as you know. I'm hearing some very worrying noises.
Ooh.
So Austin, I think we need to keep the traditions alive, and I think I will have to go through the final race results for tonight, and I will take a glass of water before starting. There we go. So Ted Bradbury wins in dramatic fashion over Jack Harrison. Philip Lucas finishes 3rd in front of Zoltan Zomotor and Sonny Rosario. Fantastic 5th place for him. And then Will McIntyre finishes in 6th. Why does Phil McIntyre have an Austrian flag? Luciano Zanier finishes in 7th in front of Adam Talsma. And Andrea Brachetti is 9th. Phil Waller is 10th. Alejandro Leiro is 11th in front of Fernando Correas and Michal Potoshek. Andy Flint is 14th in front of the privateers Samuel Ermer and James Touris. Clemens Punzengruber is the first driver, 1 lap down, with Steve Rubens in 18th, second driver, that is 1 lap down. Luca Varani, what could have been, finishes in 19th place in front of Alex Hopkins. 21st was Lucas Lackner in front of Zach Bison. Joar Bigerson is in 23rd position. Richard Van Veen is in 24th. In front of the Rocket Turtle himself, who had a very unlucky race, Luciano Lorenzo. Daniele Justo in 26th, in front of Giovanni Sellito, Dave Martin, Patrick Rowlands, and Ito-san Koji Ito in 30th. James Abbott was 31st in front of Antonio Teyes. Antonio Rusevski in 33rd, and Massimo De Laurentiis, Italian, finishes in 4th for ProDrive Esport. two privateers, Hilary Arnio and Gavin Petty, who was having a fantastic race, Jota Gonzalez, and of course Francesco Meola, who gets the Sportsmanship Award today. Not easy to but of course the misdemeanor remains, but it came from a good place, I think. So congratulations to him. He was basically fighting for the victory after collision with Luca Varani. Once he knew that he was waiting for Varani to pass him back, once he realized that Varani was out of the race due to a broken left rear suspension, he parked his car into the pits. 39th was Reed Dennis and 40th was Lucas Maruk. Premislav Pieniazek in 41st place in front of Noel Richie Robinson. Bartosz Grzechki in 43rd and Christian Brich is in 44th in front of Izak Ruska. Chuck Mauro, 26 laps down, bad race for him, unfortunately, one of our number one fans, because we only have number one fans. Martin Devine in 47th and Clark Williams in 48th. All of these drivers, as you can see by their laps down count, had some issues. Christian Glamsetter didn't give his new sponsor some TV time because he retired pretty early, unfortunately, P49. Rod Maguire in 50th in front of Dirk Provely, Ben White, QT Marteau. I mean, a lot has happened that we basically forgot that we had a crash in the first lap between first and third place. I mean, not between, they crashed in the same corner at the same time in separate crashes. Nick Carty, 54th. Alessandro Daredonne, we don't know what happened to him, but we should know. It probably was spectacular because his race has ended in a blaze of glory. Valdemar Cardeia, Alaric Boss, and Marc Matisse to round up the proceedings. Austin, from the setting sun of Northern California.
Yeah, Cali is looking all right now, and what a great race we had.
Yes, and I think we can have a quick word with our race winner. What do you say, Austin?
I say that's a great idea.
Let's bring him in. Wow, you're so lazy. I have to do everything for you.
I thought you were doing it.
Easier, Austin.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our race winner, Ted Bradbury.
Hello. Hi, both of you.
Hey, Ted, how are you doing after that wonderful win? And make yourself feel at home. Up 28 spots here today.
Well, it was a great race. I messed up qualifying, like very badly. But I was surprised how quick everyone was in qualifying. And I knew I had to gain places at the start, but I knew I had to be patient and not make silly mistakes. So there was that kind of stuff that went on. But overall, it was a good race, and I enjoyed every second of it.
It certainly looked enjoyable for you. You were just, every time we came to you, you were always in a battle and always making some great moves. And really, I didn't see any mistakes from you outside of qualifying and maybe a few off tracks here and there.
Yeah, well, obviously in races, consistency is key because if you don't have consistency, you're gonna lose places, and it's a bit all over the place. But if you stay consistent, keep it on track, you should be okay, and you should finish in a good spot. And I've been getting better over the time I've been on this game. So yeah.
All right. Well, we stay here in California for next week. We go to Long Beach in the streets. How you feeling for that race?
I think it's a very technical track. I'm not that fast there, but I'll definitely put practice in and try my best.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week, and good luck, man. But before we let you go, anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, obviously my mum, my dad, my team Delta Sport. They help a lot. Yeah, that's about it. And thank you guys as well for commentating.
Thank you, Ted, and you have yourself a great night.
Cheers, thank you very much, and you too.
All right. Marco, any last thoughts, or are we going to bring Luca in here?
Let's try to bring Luca if he wants to talk. Let's see, because sometimes he just appears here, but then he says he doesn't want to talk. Let's. Ah. Oh, okay. Yeah, Austin, it's all yours. Ciao, Luca.
Luca,
Hi, guys.
how's that race? Unfortunate end for you. You were in the lead for most of it, then two laps to go. Unfortunate.
It happens. I was lucky on lap one. I gained the lead, and I was not lucky on lap 34 or whatever it was. Too bad. It's not going to happen often to be leading 3 laps from the end.
Well, this season's looking a lot more competitive up at the front. This was a podium that none of us were prepared for. What's your take on the grid this season?
That's good. We'll see. Gianfranco is going to be back in a few weeks. He's having some problems, but with the steering wheel, but he's going to be back. And these races without him are a good chance for us others to try to grab a few wins, a few good positions. I hope it was a good race. It was very entertaining for me. I had a lot of fun with battling it out with Francesco.
It was a very entertaining race. Long Beach is up next. What do you think the iGPFun crowd's going to be doing there?
I have no idea. I've never seen the track. I mean, I know it from the Indy cars, but that's it. Usually we shine at very difficult and tight tracks where one expects a lot of accidents, and instead we're very clean. But I don't know. We'll see.
It's certainly going to bring a question out there. Well, Luca, unfortunate ending for you, but we are enjoying the new paint scheme you are running.
Yeah, I'll let you try to, try to understand who painted it. I didn't do it myself. Is somebody else in the field? You will tell me next week.
Is it Hermer?
No. But we're going to have a prize, how do you call it, a pool, a raffle. That's it, next week.
Oh. So it's the return of the raffle music?
Yeah, maybe. So,
right, get the shine.
But this time I will participate. So I need to guess who designed my livery.
All right. Well, I'm going to let Marco end this one out right here as my voice is trying to kill itself.
Yeah, Luca, thank you for stepping with us. Tough luck there, but I'm so happy that the series is back, and cannot wait for next round. Hopefully, the same is for you. I wish you a good night.
And Merry Christmas.
I'll catch you the next. We'll catch you the next time. Hopefully, you were on course for the first victory in quite some time. So,
in 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah,
it happens.
It seems like you have got your speed back. So we'll hopefully we'll get you next time around in the interview room as well.
I hope so. We'll see.
Thanks a lot, Luca.
Good night, guys. Bye.
And that was it. That was all that we have time for round 1 of this new season of the iGPFun-F3 series. Just as a quick reminder, lovely people watching us, that the fun is not over. At least, well, for today is over because it's Sunday night. But tomorrow we have a full day of excitement. No, we only have one broadcast tomorrow. I'm sorry. It's going to be the Rikmotech World Challenge round 4 of the season from Spa-Francorchamps. I know that's a tough time of the year for times, so I will tell you that the race will start in 25 hours. Put a note on your phone, don't forget about it. Then, starting from Tuesday, for example, we have the Apex Racing League GT Trophy. Then we have the Ray Esports League season finale at 1:30 GMT, which is going to be 2:30 CEST, and it's going to be 6. Oh man, no, I cannot do it. I'll give you the Eastern Coast time next week when everything goes back to normal. Of course, Apex Racing League, Apex Racing Academy Porsche Cup is coming back. ARLTC is coming back. Radical Racing. We have a lot of stuff to cover. So, Austin, do you really want me to close the broadcast?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. And that was long. You had to think really hard about that. In any case, thanks for joining us for round 1 of the iGPFun-F3 series presented by Virtual Racing School from beautiful WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, with Austin Knight leading commentary and myself, Marco Barbanera, on cameras and commentary. I wish you, as per usual, a good night and God bless.